Welcome back to the channel. It's pretty late in the evening, but I'm going to try to get some of this shiplap done that I'm going to do on these two stair walls. I really need to get this in because it's kind of my trim. There's a storm going on and apparently we just lost power. This is going to be an audio book. So the first thing you want to do is cut the shiplap. All right. So anyways, like I was saying, I'm still gonna do it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get started on the shiplap, and I have a rigid light, Milwaukee saw, and cordless nail gun. So this video has been brought to you by Cordless Power Tools. Well, as you can see, my power went out yesterday when I was about to start working. But the good news is I was actually able to still work. The only bad news is I wasn't able to record anything because it was just too dark for the camera. But I just stacked up some shiplap. It wasn't really a big deal. But we're at a point now in the shiplap job where we need to cut out around a transition, a bullnose transition. And I thought it'd be a good time to mention to you this tool right here. This is a contour gauge. And if you've never seen one of these, I think you'll find it pretty interesting. But it's a gauge that has a lot of little gauges on it that move around and take the shape of whatever object you put it up against. And these come in very, very handy whenever you're doing trim work, because a lot of times you have to die the moldings into an existing object and you want an exact fit, and this tool will give you an exact fit. So with a little practice and a little finesse, these things can make your life really easy. So there's a short and sweet, simple introduction to the contour gauge. Now let me show you how it can make your life easier. So basically, we got to go around this little contour right here, and we just push this tool until all the gauges are up against the object that we want to trace out, and then it leaves us with this kind of J shape. And then we take that, we trace it out onto a piece of wood. Usually I'll start with like a template just to make sure before I cut like a full piece, and you can see how I jigsawed that out. It's the exact shape. And then I'll make sure I get this perfectly tight up here. So once I have this little sample good, then at that point, I will just take that sample and trace it out onto my large piece. And it should be an exact replica. And the reason for the sample is just, this is gonna go in the trash anyways. So we might as well make our mistakes on this board instead of a long board and risk having that loss. So I'll go ahead and put this in and show you how this looks. Should just jam in. So I got a nice tight hug right there with that cutout, and then I'll have a crown molding return that stops right here, and then it'll hide the rest of this gap. So as long as we're tight right here, my crown return will start right here and then continue to go. Again, I would just put this on a level surface. The level surface is up here against the shiplap board, and then just push these gauges over, and it's going to give me exactly what I need. This kind of backwards J shape now. So one thing we can do with this jigsaw is turn the blade so that it puts a slight angle on the cut and kind of copes this line. So as long as it's slightly angled, it should be good. And we just cut this part on the table saw. And now we got our line, which is a thick line, but I know what's going on, so. This thing should be able to fit right in. Other than that nail pop right there, this is pretty tight right here. It's pretty tight to this point, and then there's a pretty big gap right there. But like I said, I'm gonna have a crown return. I'll show you what that looks like, and that'll hide everything there. So I wasn't really too concerned about trying to get that tight. My main objective was from here to here, and that is really good. Done. And when I grab this is just a return I just cut to show you why this gap right here doesn't matter. Because I'm gonna have this crown return right here, and it's gonna go to the flat part of this kind of sideways bull nose right here. And you can see with that, it's a nice tight transition. But I like how it's just really precise. So pretty cool. When I found out about these tools, I was pretty excited about them and have been using them ever since. Contour gauge, gotta try it, it's a pretty cool tool.